Ladies and gentlemen, Rahul Gandhi and the Congress officially have begun what they are calling the Save Mosques campaign. They are on a mission now to ensure that mosques are saved. They also do not like what's happened in Sambhal. There clearly is a problem with the fact that the Places of Worship Act right now is under the scrutiny of the top court. And if the Congress and its stand on the entire issue wasn't enough, you had the All India Muslim Personal Law Board not very long ago throwing a warning at the court. They throw a warning at the court. Think of this. Is this Sambhal-Like? Is this as per the constitution? And now you have another panel of the Gyanvapi Mosque that has also read a letter, in fact, to the Supreme Court. Now, this is where they say that consequences of scrapping the Places of Worship Act will be drastic. So watch their language. They say that this is a demand. But this is a demand that looks like arrogance, and it has been wrapped in a language of coercion. Because where else in the world are you able to dictate your own terms to the court? Rahul Gandhi, who speaks of Samvidhan, is this Sambhal-Like? That you will have bodies like the All India Muslim Personal Law Board and panels who will dictate terms to the court? That dare you interfere in the Places of Worship Act? The moment you begin to review it, all these people say there is going to be a Sambhal in every nook and corner. What do they mean by saying there is going to be a Sambhal in every nook and corner? We know what happened in Sambhal. We've seen those riots. 6 people lost their lives. Multiple people have been arrested. People like Asaduddin Owaisi, people like Rahul Gandhi, people like Akhilesh Yadav do not even call them rioters. They do not have a problem with the fact that you have, youth armed with bricks, stones, almost anything that they can lay their hands on, wanting to create a riot-like situation in the country. But think of this, Ram Gopal Yadav of the Samajwadi Party also today says, कि अगर इस एक्ट को हाथ लगाया तो अशांति हो जाएगी. What does he mean? Can Akhilesh Yadav, Rahul Gandhi tell us whether this is really their mohabbat ki dukaan? Is this the language of justice? Is this their secularism? These are multiple questions today that we'll continue to peel layer by layer, because it's important to call out the hypocrisy of all these people who today are quiet. Because they have a problem with the mandir. They have a problem with the Hindus. So what they do is they begin the Save the Masjid campaign, Save Mosque campaign. Let's quickly say good evening to our panel of guests joining us. Kaushal Khan Mishra is representing the BJP. Ratan Sharda is a noted author on the show. Rohan Mitra is a political analyst. He does lean towards the Congress. Tariq Khan ji is national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. I also do see Atikur Rahmanji, who's a political analyst on the show, and also waiting for Tala Rashidi, spokesperson of the Rashtriya Ulema Council, to join us in just a moment. But let's begin, Tariq Khan ji, by asking you, Ashanti ho jayegi desh mein. There'll be a Sambhal in every nook and corner. What does this mean? Are we citizens in the country or not? What is the passport that you people hold? What is the Sambhidhan that you people believe? And who in the world has given authority to anyone to threaten our judiciary?
These are the things not being said by Samajwadi Party. No? It's said by there is a authorized spokesperson of personal law board. You should ask him, call him, and ask him that why you are saying all these things. It's a body.
You heard what Ram Gopal ji said?
It's a body. It's a body. Okay, and we are not to save, and we have no campaign to save the mosque. We are saving India and the unity of the India. So we are working for that. And
when you let the All India Muslim Personal Law Board, Tariq Khan ji dictate terms to the Supreme Court, put out a warning, and when you let this panel tell the court that if you attempt to tinker with the Places of Worship Act, there is going to be a Sambhal in every nook and corner, what does that mean?
It's not Samajwadi Party authorized to comment on that. You should ask Muslim Personal Law Board. There is
what business does the Ram Gopal ji have to say कि वाकई में अगर ऐसा हुआ, Places of Worship Act को छेड़ा गया तो अशांति हो जाएगी? He represents the Samajwadi Party, right?
Yes. You know what is Places of Worship Act? What is said? What is all about?
What is Ashanti? I want to know that. Because everyone knows what is Places of Worship Act. If you believe that that is your beacon of secularism,
I'm quite sure
then,
you don't know.
then that is good for you. But I today want to know what is this अशांति हो जाएगी देश में? आग लगा देंगे? सब किस तरह की भाषा है, तारिक खान जी?
I'm quite sure that you don't know what is Places of Worship Act. It's all right. But even though you don't want to know what is this, but we all say that there should be peace and we should work for peace, not being we shouldn't work anything or do anything.
See, the very fact today that you're fumbling because you cannot defend a word Ram Gopal ji has said. You can sit here, you can pass judgments on anyone, the less that I care, Tariq Khan. You can decide to walk out of the show. I do not care about that also. But today, Rohan, these are questions that will be asked. Did the Congress, did Jairam Ramesh not also say that the Places of Worship Act, we continue to have a commitment to this, and he's also blamed the previous CJI for creating a situation like this in the country or not? Has he not said this, Rohan? What is your position on the Places of Worship Act, and are you okay with, people and bodies today threatening the Supreme Court, saying there's going to be a Sambhal in every nook and corner?
Before I start, I just want to be given time. I'm not going to take too much of your time. I just want to put my point without getting interrupted. Very quickly, the Places of Worship Act was passed by a Congress government. So definitely we are going to stand by the Place of Worship Act. And it is not about a mosque, it's not about a temple, it's not about a church, it's not about the Gurdwara. We stand across the board on that. Coming back to what you asked, the matter is in Supreme Court. People have challenged the Places of Worship Act over there. The case is lying since 2021. The court has asked the centre to file its reply. Why has the centre not filed its reply till now? We are going to come to 2025. Because it suits the centre, it suits the BJP to be, when you're saying what happened in Sambhal in UP, listen, I'm condemning what happened there. I'm going to condemn everywhere. The point is, when you are going to break a law of the land where we've said after 1947, wherever there was no religious structure, if it is there, nobody should encroach upon it, nobody should...
No, isn't that fear-mongering, Rohan? Rohan, come on. Isn't this fear-mongering? When the panel says the consequences of scrapping the Places of Worship Act will be drastic. Who are they to say this? What do you mean by drastic?
I'm answering you. They are nobody. That's my point to you. If you're going to find fringe people and bring it up and say that the opposition political parties are inclusive of the fringe elements.
No, but the Congress supports this. The problem is the Samajwadi Party supports this. Isn't that true, Ratan Sharda ji? You have all these parties who want to save the mosques. No one will speak for the mandirs. They do not believe in a civilizational history. They have a problem with Hindus even dying in Bangladesh. They don't say a word about all this. So there is a pattern to everything.
Of course, there is no doubt about it. Congress had opposed Ram Mandir also, if you remember, and they said Ram is a figment of imagination. Same Congress. And Congress doesn't think of what happens to Hindu temples across the continent, whether in Pakistan or Bangladesh or Bharat. But they have a problem with masjid being saved. Now, how masjids are being saved? They say Place of Worship Act is applicable everywhere. The joke is that only Hindu place of worship has been taken over. Show me the place where Muslim place of worship has been taken over. Show me place where some other temple has been taken over. It is a history is replete with, at least I can show you a book from Ram Sarup ji, which shows that more than 2,800 temples with evidence of Islamic evidence. Where should Hindus go? Do they have no right? If they say that Ram sab jagah hai, mandir to har jagah hai, so masjid is just a place of worship, is not even, God is not even considered like we do. So if that is possible, then why not place of worship anywhere? My simple question is whether they believe in the courts and constitution, whether the judgment goes in favor of it or not. They must answer whether they will believe the court, whether the judgment is for them, against them.
Yes.
When they start vilifying the courts, you understand that they are out for anarchy, and when they say Sambhal ho jayega, so they're accepting that Sambhal was a justified movement.
Bilkul, I think Ratan Sharda ji, you've hit the nail on the head. That is the point. The moment Tala Rashidi, that all of you begin to say कि अगर कुछ किया, अगर कुछ कर दिया, हर जगह देश के हर nook and corner में संभल होगा. अब आप इसका विरोध करते हैं, आप इसको सपोर्ट करेंगे. What kind of a warning is this? And what panel is this? Who has given the panel this moral authority to even say something like this? Are they a part of the country or not?
Deepti, very quickly,
when you bring in the fringe and you put it out there and you say that
No,
this is what we stand for.
that question, Rohan, is for Tala Rashidi. I do not know if he can hear us.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, please respond.
Please, can you ask the question again, please?
I am saying, do you support these warnings? Do you believe this is the language of justice? That you will now coerce the courts? You will threaten the courts?
Who is threatening the court? I mean, no one has the right to threaten the court, and no one can dare to threaten the court if it lives in the constitution and if it lives in the Loktantra judiciary of the country. So, but there are people who can express their opinions. And
this is not an opinion to tell us that every nook and corner mein Sambhal ho jayega, there will be drastic consequences. This is not opinion, no, Tala Rashidi.
Yes,
you can disguise this under whatever garb, but this is a threat.
No,
you want to terrorize us. You want to terrorize Hindus. That is the problem.
Allow me to speak, please. If you allow me to speak, then I can go ahead and speak. So can I speak?
Yes, please tell me.
Now the thing is that there's nothing as such to threaten the court. That depends upon the perception and how you are taking up a perception of a certain statement of someone. The thing is that after the verbal or the oral observation of the Supreme Court, things have changed. We are seeing what is happening in Sambhal. We are seeing what is happening in Badayu.
What is happening? Tell me what is happening. Tell me what is happening. No, Tala Rashidi. Tell me what is happening. Who's behind all this?
Please let me complete my
provoking
sentence.
this?
Why are you so outraged? Why are you showing this selective outrage? Where was this outrage when I acted?
You have the body writing to the court. Look at their language. This is not a threat. If I ask you what do you mean by this, it is a threat.
A particular community was shouting, screaming against.
तला रशीदी, मुझे बताइए ना सर, ये संभल जैसे हालात देश के हर कोने में हो जाएंगे, इसका मतलब क्या होता है?
इसका मतलब वही होता, बता रहा हूँ मैं, आप सुनने का मुझे बोलने का मौका दीजिए, मैं आपको मतलब बता रहा हूँ।
बोलिए।
आपने देखा संभल में क्या हुआ, आपने देखा अजमेर में क्या हुआ, आपने देखा बदायूं में क्या हुआ, आपने देखा ज्ञानवापी में क्या हुआ। आपने जस्टिस की कोर्ट है कि द सुप्रीम कोर्ट इज सुप्रीम, but there could be errors.
Supreme Court is supreme, but what? What did you say, Tala? I did not get you.
I don't exactly. I'll have to check the terminology. There's a court by an ex-judge of Supreme Court only.
Exactly the problem. No, exactly the problem. The Supreme Court is supreme, but only as long as it says what we want the courts to say. That is the point. No, Tala Rashidi. So you want to arm twist the courts in the country. Atikur Rahman ji, would you want to shed some light on what kind of a politics this is? Is this secularism? जहाँ पर सिर्फ मस्जिद बचानी है, मंदिरों का किसी को कुछ नहीं पड़ा है. You want to target Hindus. You want to ensure that, the Hindus are intimidated. Time and again, they are intimidated by using these tactics.
Now, ma'am, let me, with your kind permission, quote the sister publication, The Times of India, in its editorial, headed, "Quoting trouble, India can't afford Sambhals." I repeat, India can't afford Sambhals.
Atikur Rahman ji, when you have a body writing directly to the Supreme Court, can you tell me, do you justify this?
Sitting on the channel.
The All India Muslim Personal Law Board told the Supreme Court scrapping of the act will create communal tensions. Is that justified, sir? Do we as a country deserve a Sambhal-like situation in every nook and corner? Can you identify who these writers are?
4 seconds. I haven't spoken for 4 seconds. And I am just quoting the Times of India.
No, you don't need to do that. That's exactly what I'm telling you.
I know what I need
to do. This is a debate on how even the judiciary now, and देखिए ना, उनको देखिए आप तारिक खान जी को देखिए. अब आप नहीं सुनिए ना, अतीकुर रहमान जी, who is the All India Muslim Personal Law Board?
Why do you want to dictate your term? Let me speak. Then you get what.
This huffing and puffing will not help. No, the courts are the courts of the country.
Why are you not listening to me for 5 seconds? May I know this?
Because we have run out of patience, Atikur Rahman ji. We have run out of patience. That is a problem now.
And what about the patience of the Muslim community?
You can't threaten people, no? You can't threaten all the people all the time, Atikur Rahman ji. This threatening will not work.
Your patience. Ratan Sharda, the RSS has lost his patience. The government of India is losing its patience. But Muslims
Kaushal,
do not count.
Okay, wait. Now, Kaushal, truth be told, you know, the union government was issued a notice in 2021. The government has also ensured that they do not take a stand on this. Why is that? Do you want to keep this pot boiling and then you will give Atikur Rahman, Tariq Khan ji, Rohan Mitra, Tala Rashidi, you know, a handle to keep playing their politics? Aren't you equally guilty? Will you take a stand on the Places of Worship Act?
It has already been filed. Okay, it will come on the record. So what is
the stand? Kaushal, bataiye na, what is the stand?
Ram Temple can wait for 75 years. Listen to me, Deepti. I don't know what is the stand because it should be filed by the Home Ministry and Law Ministry of India. Okay, it has already been filed, and whenever the date will come, it will come to know everybody. So what is the stand? Everybody knows. Whole country knows what will be the stand. But my question is that to everyone, whosoever is sitting on the channel at this time, tell me, in whole world there is 57 countries are Islamic country, more than 100 countries are Christian country. Can you name one country who can bear the Hindus? No country. But if the India Constitution tries to bring the CA, there is a problem. When there is NRC, there is a problem. When there is a UCC, there is a problem. But everything is okay if the Hindu Marriage Act is there, when there is a Places of Worship Act is there, when there is Minority Commission is there, then they are okay. But if anything is happening in whole globe, where the Hindus will go if there is a crisis in India?
Why don't you act? I want to know. No, Kaushal. आप action लीजिए. ये सारी समस्या खत्म हो जाएगी.
Deepti.
अब if the judiciary now, Kaushal, is being threatened saying कि हर nook and corner में संभल होगा, क्या सरकार चुप बैठी रहेगी? आप लोग कुछ करेंगे ना?
Deepti, don't worry. It is a government of Modi ji, and in Uttar Pradesh this is government of Yogi ji. Don't worry. Whole country should not worry at all. All the writers will get the appropriate and proper treatment as per law.
Okay.
And whole country is looking this.
Okay,
and that is why this is a problem.
Ratan Sharda ji, Rohan, Tariq Khan ji, Atikur Rahman, everyone wants to come in. Kaushal, I don't think they agree with what you are saying. They are also questioning your intention. Atikur Rahman ji first.
Whatever they may feel,
government of India,
they are not agreeing with the
Atikur Rahman ji,
agreeing with the Supreme Court.
Mr. Kaushal, if the government of India intends to amend the 1991 Places of Worship Act, they can go ahead so easily, and they can even explain to the Muslim community that our reading of the 1991 Places of Worship Act was wrong. What's the rush about? Here the Deepti question is, the minorities, the Muslims, want to know from the Supreme Court of India that in the Ayodhya matter, the 5 paragraphs which related to the 1991 Places of Worship Act, were they having a satisfactory tone just to make Muslims sleep and go in slumber? And now, if we want to know the exact meaning of the 1991 Places of Worship Act, we are being Justice Fali Narimam yesterday, Deepti, he explained to the country in a program, 5 paragraphs are integral to the Ayodhya judgment.
Atikur Rahman ji, sir, with all due respect, see, the point is the moment you use a language which, you know, many would say is audacious, it's looking like a demand, but it smacks of arrogance, and it is, you know, kind of laced in a language of coercion. It's dhamki. That is the problem. You please reach to the legal recourse. No one is stopping anyone from reaching the courts. But Tariq Khan ji, the problem is, अगर कोर्ट को ये बोला जाए कि अगर आप ऐसा करेंगे तो ऐसा होगा, अगर आप ऐसा नहीं करेंगे तो ऐसा होगा. आपको अनम्यूट करना पड़ेगा.
UP CM is very simple. Claim of the UP CM, 100 times UP CM claimed that there has been zero rights since he came in power. You and BJP spokesperson used 10 to 15 times rights and writers. So I'm a bit confused that what is these are rights or something else happened, because
what has happened?
Claim of the, I don't know, let me complete, please give me 10 seconds. I don't know, I'm a bit confused because CM claim is that there is zero rights. You are saying there has been a right. So
and you have said it's a conspiracy, right? So आपने तो बोला ये conspiracy है.
I'm a bit confused.
Your netas are going to meet these writers in jail. You want to give them legal assistance.
A BJP spokesperson shouldn't contradict UP Chief Minister. As I think, because as a Samajwadi Party worker, I shouldn't contradict Akhilesh ji, because Yogi ji many times said, even 100 times he said there is zero rights, and he is saying that there has been a right. You are also saying that you can say.
No, what is the point? Tariq Khan ji, what is the point you're making?
The point is this. Point, I just want to know that how many rights are there after BJP came into power.
So you want a data on how many riots? See, that shows the position of a party. You want to know कि rights कितने हुए भाई ये बताइए सबसे पहले. और उसके बाद आप बोलते हैं कि हर nook and corner में संभल होगा. Rohan, should the Congress be open to looking at a position where the courts say that Places of Worship Act cannot just be the beacon of your secularism?
No, 1 second. See, that's what I'm trying to say. You know, when the BJP spokesperson was saying that the reply is there, we don't have the reply in the public domain, right? The Supreme Court even yesterday said there's been no reply. So this is what the BJP does. You know, we have what's happening in Bangladesh today in Bengal. The BJP, which is in the opposition party, it is saying that India should stop all diplomatic ties, stop issuing visas, stop economic activity. With who is it going to do? Is it the Samajwadi Party? Is it the Congress, which is going to stop because the minorities, the Hindus in Bangladesh are being attacked? It is on the BJP government in the center to take it up. Right? Just exactly like the same way, you can bring up the fringe, but I don't want to be in part of that fringe. We are in a debate here. We are talking to the TV audience. We are talking to you. When the matter is in court, let them reply in court. Let the court take it up. When the Ram Janmabhoomi Act was given, was there any riot? Everyone, took what the Supreme Court of India decided, and it was then that was the problem, because there were no riots. The BJP was upset that there were no riots. The Muslims never made a big issue.
Come on. Now, Rohan, what are you talking? What are you talking? What are you talking?
Let the point boil, and they will not act upon it.
See, this shows the mindset of people. लो, तारिक खान जी पूछते हैं कितने राइट्स हुए ये बताइए. अब आप बोलते हैं कि राइट्स ही नहीं हुए, तो किसी का पॉलिटिक्स सही नहीं हुआ, किसी का गलत नहीं हुआ. Kala Rashidi, 5 seconds to you, and then Ratan ji will get the last word. धमकी सही है सर, धमकी देनी चाहिए.
नहीं, बिल्कुल सही नहीं. मैंने देखिए, सुप्रीम कोर्ट हो, कोई भी कोर्ट हो, उसका सम्मान है. जो भी भारत के कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में फेद रखेगा वो बिलीव करेगा. कोर्ट सुप्रीम है, इसमें कोई शक नहीं. चाहे सुप्रीम कोर्ट हो, चाहे डिस्ट्रिक्ट कोर्ट, कोई भी. बट ये भी नहीं है कि आप कोर्ट की रूलिंग के खिलाफ आप बोल नहीं सकते, अपील नहीं कर सकते.
अरे अपील ठीक है, धमकी नहीं दे सकते ना सर. अपील और धमकी में फर्क होता है.
आप मुझको ये बताइए, आखिरी जुमला आप बताइए. सबरीमाला केस में सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने एक रूलिंग दी थी, पूरे केरला में प्रोटेस्ट हुआ. बीजेपी के लोगों ने खुलकर प्रोटेस्ट किया.
आप प्रोटेस्ट करिए ना सर, धमकी कैसे दे रहे हैं मुझे ये बताइए. प्रोटेस्ट करिए, डेमोक्रेसी है.
एक मुसलमान बताइए पूरे हिंदुस्तान में कहीं प्रोटेस्ट किया और सुप्रीम कोर्ट के जजमेंट के खिलाफ.
आपको प्रोटेस्ट करने से कोई नहीं रोक रहा. आप सड़कों पे आइए, रोज प्रोटेस्ट करिए. अभी देखिए किसान भी प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं ना. प्रोटेस्ट करना आपकी राइट है, बट धमकी देना आपकी राइट नहीं है. Ratan Sharda ji will get the last word on the show. Ratan Sharda ji, what is the problem and what is the solution? 10 seconds, sir.
I had asked, will we agree to the courts only if they go by your verdict? And he clearly said, हमारी मर्जी का होगा तो करेंगे. Secondly, they said, संभल में जो हुआ सही हुआ. They refused to say that they instigated the riots. They are not in court. Then this Congress mentality is same. Place of Worship Act was only against Hindus. They are same people who also introduced communal violence bill, you will remember, where Hindus are a priori, guilty of riots if riot took place. So Congress mentality is totally anti-Hindu. And who is Ram Gopal Yadav, by the way? He is not a socialist party leader. Are you denying that a socialist party leader? They are talking Hindus not going for riots. Remember, Hindus were killed when they went to Ayodhya with bullets. They were sunk into the river, tying ropes and tying sandbag in their bodies. That was fine with you. And now you say Sambhal hoga. Do you think that Hindus have no right to ask for their own temples? If the law has certain provision which is used by Hindus, they are not hitting the road. Why don't you respect the law?
Absolutely, and I wonder how can these people then call themselves secular? If they really believe in the Samvidhan, आपको Supreme Court में भी विश्वास करना पड़ेगा. Ratan Sharda ji.
None of them ever condemned takeover of Museum of Turkey into Hagia Sophia Mosque.
Okay.
That was fine. So if I
only for what of time, I'm leaving it here, but we'll see what happens from here on. If there is a clarification and apology. Thank you to all of you for joining us. We head into a quick break.